So my vlogs usually cover just one day. I usually record my content and then the next day upload that content. So, you know, I upload like what I recorded on the 27th, on the 28th. Didn't have a lot of content yesterday to upload. It was another kind of rough day for me. Just kind of a sad day. If you follow me on social media, you know that I've lost a lot of close friends to CF over the years. One of my nurses came in here and we were just kind of talking about jobs and CF and everything, and she started telling me that one of her good friends she used to work with had CF, and so we just kind of started talking back and forth, and she was like, yeah, she worked in a restaurant and it was really hard on her. And I told her that I've worked in a restaurant too. That's probably the worst job you can ever have with CF, because you never know when you're gonna cough. So it's always difficult to try not to cough on people's food, especially if you're in like the kitchen cooking, which I was, and it's super hot. Always fun stuff. And she was like, yeah, she had had a lung transplant. And I was like, oh really? And I kept asking her about her, asking her like what kind of restaurant. She said a seafood restaurant. Asked her what town. She told me what town. And so I asked her if her name was Erin, and she said yeah. And if you guys have followed me for a while, you know that one of my best friends passed away with CF, Erin, who she volunteered with me with the More Than Just Me Foundation, and she had complications after a double lung transplant, and she passed away a couple years ago. That's if anyone has ever been curious why I have an elephant necklace, that's why. She was really into elephants. Like her whole house was just covered in elephants, elephant everything. And so this holds her ashes in it, and it's still, even though it's a few years old, it's still something that's very painful, because it was she was doing great with her lungs after her transplant, and it was all so sudden. You know, I didn't get a chance to say goodbye or anything. She was just kind of gone. So I don't know, me like talking to my nurse and everything, it just kind of kicked me in the chest. So I just wasn't really in the vlogging funny mood. Me and Erin were just, you know, we were super close, and she was one of those people that I could really tell anything to. Anytime I did good, blew good numbers, or had a doctor visit or whatever, she was always pretty much the first person I text as soon as I got out of the visits. And you know, to this day, it's still almost instinct, you know, years later, that if I blow like really good numbers or get some crazy good news from the doctor or something happens, it's like I still like go to send a text message and type the E in my phone, and her name pops up, and you know, it still hits me. You know, we hung out all the time. We raised hell together. She was just one of those people that we just clicked immediately, and immediately became pretty much inseparable. And then today would have been my friend Wes's 30th birthday. Wes was really the first person with CF he wasn't the first person with CF I ever met in person, but he was the first person that I became close with. We actually met online through like one of the CF Facebook groups, and then met in person at a Buffalo Wild Wings, because he lived near me, and we would just always kind of hang out there and hang out together at different spots. And he had also had a double lung transplant. He had complications from that. He passed away at the end of 2012. And you know, I wasn't really being the best patient whenever I knew Wes. Whenever we'd hang out, I would drink a lot, and I still took care of myself. I still did my treatments and everything, but Wes was just always in the gym and taking care of himself, and he was just kind of like the peak of physical health. Like, I never really thought about transplant and figured I never wanted it. Then I saw Wes and I was like, okay, like maybe, because he just killed it, man. And but he always told me that I was gonna be all right, like no matter what. He would get on to me about the drinking and, you know, like, take care of yourself, but he would always tell me, he was like, dude, you're gonna be all right. He's like, I don't know why, I don't know how. He was like, but I can tell. He's like, you're gonna do fine, you're gonna be all right. I'm not a religious person. I guess you could say I'm spiritual, but I don't really adhere to any set religion or whatever. But I always think about that and what he told me whenever I blow like whenever I blew that 91% or that 92%, and I haven't been that high in, God, years and years and years. I always think about that. I know that somehow, some way they're involved in that. I usually have another pendant that goes on this necklace as well. It has his ashes. It broke. The little part that holds it to the necklace broke off. And thankfully I found it on the ground. I heard something fall and I found it, thankfully. So I have him in a safe space until I can get that fixed. Wes is actually one of the inspirations for the tattoo that's on my neck. It's a mechanical wind-up sparrow, and the banner across it says "Don't waste my breath." And Wes had a tattoo on his arm of like gears, kind of like a mechanical type style, and he also had the tattoo "Don't waste my breath." And the first CF person that I ever became close to online, we never got to meet in person. Her name was Elisa, which I called her Alyssa because it's originally how I thought you pronounce her name, and it just bugged her when I could call her that. So of course I continued calling her that because I'm a little shit. She had 2 sparrows on her chest, but she was the first person that I ever really got close to who had CF, even though we never got to meet in person. She lived in California, and I always told her I was going to come visit and see her. She got really bad in 2011, and that's when she ended up passing away. But between Elisa, Wes, and then Aaron, those are people that really kind of shaped who I am. And after she passed away in 2011, and Wes passed away in 2012, I kind of I wanted something for them, and so I kind of merged their tattoos together, you know, the gears and the "Don't waste my breath" and the sparrows. So I had my tattoo artist draw this up for the mechanical sparrow right here with the banner. I plan on eventually getting an elephant somewhere on me for Aaron. I'm not really sure what kind. I'm wanting to black out one of my arms and do kind of like the outline or white ink designs over the black, or between the black, however you want to say that. So we'll kind of see how that goes. They were huge influences in my life, just spiritually and mentally, and how they fought things, how they approached things. They were all fearless. Like, that's the best way to describe all 3 of them. Was absolutely fearless. And I know all CFers are fighters, all CFers are fearless, but there was something about those 3 that just had such an impact on me that I don't know, I will carry them with me, you know, forever. Those 3 people really kind of shaped so much about me. Like, I had an immediate connection with all of them, became close. And you know, I unfortunately never got to meet Elisa in person. I went on a cross-country road trip across the U.S. a few years back, and I went to her town, and I found her headstone. So I got to visit her and pay my respects and talk to her for a bit. But anytime those people kind of get brought up, or like days today, you know, Wes would have been 30, or you know, someone knew Aaron, or someone brings up Elisa. It's weird because I don't think of them in sadness. I mean, it hurts that they're all gone. It does. Like I wish every day they were still here. If I could switch spots, I 100% would, because they were such lights and such amazing people. So I don't think of them in sadness, but it's way different whenever you talk to someone and like you kind of speak the words about someone when you don't really talk about them a lot. It just kind of I don't know, it just kind of hits you hard. So that's when my nurse, of all people she could know and would be friends with, it would be Aaron. I had a little bit of content to upload for you guys. Then I have some funny stories today that I'm going to share with you guys, but they're not going to be in this vlog. You know, I've said it before, I don't like for my vlogs to be very down and depressing, but for them, I didn't feel it would be right to talk about them and then immediately go to something goofy. Like, I just felt that wasn't really in good taste or respectful for them, because they were such prominent figures in my life. I felt like they needed their own space, you know, their own platform right here to share their lives and their stories and how they affected me. And yet, while I do get bummed out that they're not here and everything, like it's important to talk about them. It's important to talk about the people that we've lost, because we're still here. And it took me a long time to figure that out, because I lived for a long time with survivor's guilt. It consumed me for a while. I felt like, why do I deserve to be here when these people aren't? I went through a lot of very self-destructive behavior just because I didn't feel like I deserved to be alive. Drinking stupid amounts of drugs and everything. So I've learned that even though talking about them, it does hurt because they're not here, we have to carry on the stories of the people who are not here with us anymore. This disease is making such progress and such leaps and bounds that it sucks that so many people aren't going to get to see that. That these people won't be around to witness a cure, or these new drugs that are coming out, or see this younger generation grow up and eventually not even have to breathe the word cystic fibrosis anymore, or lose any more people to this. But that's why us, the people who are still here, the people who are still fighting, people who are still raising awareness, whether it be a patient or whether it be parents or family, we have to continue. We have to take these people with us. We have to bring their spirit with us and carry on their stories always, because that is how we keep them here. They're gone, but they're not gone. Through us, all these people's stories will forever be heard, and they will forever, they'll always be here. They'll always be a part of us and be a part of the world, as long as we don't let their memory and their stories die. So yeah, I just wanted to throw up a quick vlog for them, 'cause, I miss them, and it sucks. But people need to know who they are. I may upload more content later, my usual hospital shenanigans and funny stuff, but if not, I'll upload it tomorrow. But yeah, this vlog is for you three: Elisa, Wes, Aaron. Miss you all more than you'll ever know. Wes, happy birthday, dude. I know you're somewhere shuffling in your bright neon shoes to some song that I can't dance to, because I can't dance to save my life. This is for them. I love all three of you guys, and till we meet again. Later.
Hey, can I have your attention real quick? I just want to make a small announcement. First, congrats to everyone who made it to the top. It's your first 14er, rock out. Hopefully you got more. Woo! Woo! My name's Tommy, and I have a foundation called More Than Just Me. We do a lot for a disease called cystic fibrosis, and it takes a lot of adults and children's lives. And Morgan here has cystic fibrosis. He has 70% lung function. Aaron here has just had a double lung. So let's give it a hand.